José Dwayne Ricardo Onfroy, January 23, 1998, June 18, 2018, known professionally as XXXTENTACION, is an American rapper, singer, and songwriter. With his raw and modern take on old-school influences, he proved to transcend language barriers across social media platforms all over the world. Although his life was short, he left a mark on the music industry. He was born on 23 January 1998 in Plantation, Florida, and grew up in Lauderhill. He was a troubled youth, racked with mental health problems and born into the emotionally fraught household of his grandparents after violent altercations in his parents' relationship. Childhood and early life. José Onfroy, better known as the rapper XXXTENTACION, led a troubled life, with his father being in and out of jail for most of it while his mother was frequently missing. His grandmother raised him, trying to provide a little stability, but José had anger issues and behavioral problems. He was thrown out of junior high school for fighting and once stomped a classmate unconscious. She was very violent, and that would follow her throughout their life. Soon it became a part of his own image. Regardless of his problems, XXXTentacion even felt like being music. He first got into music as a young child when he took up guitar and piano, but eventually moved towards the angrier side of hip-hop. The love for creating music increased as he got older, and was inspired by artists like Tupac Shakur, The Fray, and Papa Roach. Early musical career. 3 years later in 2013, XXXTentacion premiered his music career with the song News Flock, released on SoundCloud, an important source for numerous upcoming artists. He soon chose XXXTentacion, the XXX, mimicking him being young and unknown in a world of temptation. Chosen because as an artist he was feeling internal struggles, tensions that often lead to succumbing. His brutally emotive writing, which deals openly and honestly with depression, suicide, and the end of romance in raw detail, quickly won him a fan base as well. His audience related well to these themes as many suffered themselves from similar problems. His genre-blending style spanned punk, rock, hip-hop, and R&B, allowing him to stand out above most mainstream rappers of his day. Debut single, Look at Me, made him extremely popular in 2015. It became viral due to its raw energy, harsh beat, and on the other hand, XXXTentacion's characteristic voice. It triggered his entrance into underground rap superstardom, but it was also a catalyst for shedding light on all of the inner tumult he had been experiencing. Legal challenges and controversies as XXXTentacion's career ascended, it wasn't without complications and violence. He was taken into custody for a gun charge in 2014 and also faced allegations of robbery and assault with a deadly weapon. More. Retired USA Gymnastics executive says she backed FBI alert on Larry Nassar. His most high-profile case would come last in 2016, a domestic violence charge. His now former girlfriend claimed he had attacked her both physically and emotionally for months, while she was actually pregnant. The allegations in the case are quite horrendous, with claims of extreme physical abuse and threats and forcible restraint. The accusations led to some serious controversy and divided public opinionity. Engine. Despite many condemning his actions, some people argued that the allegations were inflated or questioned their validity. It was during this time that XXXTentacion also dropped the majority of his thematic music, with lyrics often self-referencing legal issues and internal turmoil. This honesty about his problems garnered a strong following who viewed him not just as an angsty artist, but also someone troubled and raw, yet willing to battle those demons front on. Career breakthrough. Becoming famous. However, XXXTentacion's star was still on the rise, even as his legal troubles mounted. He released his debut studio album in 2017, titled 17. This contained mopey alt-trap odes diving deep into XXXTentacion's loneliness and suicidal dismay. It's a departure from the aggressively unique style that he came into prominence with in earlier years, but it was indicative more of his versatility as an artist. His songs like Jocelyn Flores and Everybody Dies in Their Nightmares are praised for their poignant lyrics. The album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, a rare achievement for an artist with few mainstream hooks and no major label backing. The success of the album helped to establish XXXTentacion within music and was followed by an exponentially growing period in his sound. His second album, He follows 17, released in 2018 and also widened his musical style incorporating pop-punk acoustic-like components. It contained the chart hit Sad. Among these is the aforementioned Broccoli collaboration, which went on to top out at number 7 of the Billboard Hot 100 chart and be one of his biggest songs ever. Success of this album cemented XXXTENTACION as one of the most influential young artists, noted for his raw and emotive approach to music, along with a willingness to experiment across various genres, persistent controversies, and recovering the Eureka Axis person. XXXTENTACION became more famous, and as he did so, he made ever greater efforts to atone for his past actions by confronting his, relatively minor, history with the law, seeking above all else achieve some good out of himself. He repeatedly addressed his mental health struggles and has often talked about wanting to help others going through similar experiences. He started to change his public image, moving from a violent nature and attempting charity work like organizing charity events benefiting different causes. Nevertheless, the allegations of domestic assault dogged him, and he had yet to escape legal troubles. However, XXXTENTACION still had a huge army of fans who managed to support him through thick and thin, but continued believing that reform was possible. His music started to take a turn in focus, emphasizing messages of hope, self-improvement, and love emanating from his claimed personal growth. The tragic end on June 18, 2018, at the age of 20, XXXTENTACION was shot and killed in a robbery outside Riva Motorsports motorcycle store in Deerfield Beach, Florida. While buying motorcycles, he was waylaid by 2 men with guns. When Pichon got back onto the freeway June 16th, the suspects cut him off in his car again, and since he had it running, they demanded to know where his Louis Vuitton bag full of $50K cash was, leaving with the goods before firing shots into Pomponi JP. This took the music world by surprise and devastated his fan base who Single Top mourned so deeply. Following his death, fans and friends mourned the loss of someone they considered a young talent with potential through tributes posted by musicians. Love him or hate him, XXXTENTACION undoubtedly had an effect on hip-hop landscape. His raw, emotionally charged music resonated with a mental health-scarred generation, and his openness in talking about such topics aided in breaking down negative stigmas associated within the realm of hip-hop, posthumous releases, and legacy. After his death, the music of XXXTENTACION continued to be released in. This is a rare case for music performed by deceased artists. In December 2018, his third studio album Skins was released, and its lead single, Bad, it came out and then it became a thing. This would solidify his influence in the realms of contemporary hip-hop even further, as yet another posthumous album, Bad Vibes Forever, was released just last year. Some of these releases featured major artists like Lil Wayne, Kanye West, and Blink-182, which displayed his broad influence. XXXTENTACION is a very polarizing artist, granted he has passed away, so it's hard to pin down whether his legacy helps or hurts the label. His message resonated with a lot of people, and he represented an inspiration for many who witnessed him overcome his struggles to make a name for himself using music, often speaking candidly on depression, anxiety, and the realities life offers. To some, given the record of his violent and abusive behavior and allegations against him more broadly, raises troubling questions about what constitutes redemption or accountability in American public life. You can hear his influence in the music of a new era of artists who meld emo and punk with grunge, then pile on top their hip-hop experience. Following down another path, he played an early role in drawing. His ability to cross genres, openly talk about controversial subjects, and connect with his fans on an emotional level has left a huge positive mark in the industry. Emotional concern and exotic culture. One of the most important sides to XXXTENTACION's portfolio is his contributions in spreading mental health awareness. Thus, he found room to give the voice those souls trapped in a battle of depression and suicidal thoughts that come with killing your emotions through toxicity. His openness started those conversations about mental illness, especially in hip-hop, a community which had long overlooked such dialogue due to the stigma against talking openly about emotions. One of SoundCloud rap's earliest pioneers, he quickly amassed millions of plays and fans all over the world. With his hybrid style that has no established genre dictating it, artists who do the same thing look to him. His ability to transition effortlessly between singing, rapping, and screaming defined the sound and aesthetics of what would later be known as emo rap. Legacy and memorial, XXXTentacion's influence hasn't dulled since his death. His music still receives millions of plays, and he remains a hero for much young support. In 2020, his estate released a documentary entitled In His Own Words, which took an intimate approach to Forrest's life and literary ethos. The most turbulent artists who have also left as mysterious a legacy of songs to rival his name. Whereas some zone on his ill deeds, the rest highlight his prospective promises and the powerful effect of song. Monuments, murals, and other memorials to XXXTentacion have been built all over the world as tributes to his music and mental health advocacy. In summary, the life of XXXTentacion encapsulates an origin story, fluctuating between talent and tragedy beneath controversial lengths. His slurred tone and seemingly off-the-cuff delivery made his music as damningly emotional as it was disturbing. Though a very odd offered-her-hood rapper, he managed to be one of few who mentioned murdered women without sounding celebratory. While his legacy is polarizing, he was undoubtedly a compelling figure in the world of music and pop culture. But more than that, though, it's ultimately just as tragic reminder how dark human beings can truly get behind closed doors. Thank you for watching. We will be uploading more informational and interesting mystery videos. So kindly please, like, share, and subscribe. Do not forget to turn on the bell button so that you may be notified when I upload new interesting videos for you. And comment what video do I need to upload next for you. Stay tuned, bye.